Hi, I'm Diana, and today we are talking about all the skincare products that I use because people have been asking, and there are a lot. So I would just like to tell you what I use on any given day. It always changes. I do not have a routine where I use the same products every single day. So I'm going to show you the products that I use on any random day. I am not wearing any skin makeup right now, but I am wearing a little bit of eyebrow juju and a little bit of tinted moisturizer on my lips because why not? Why do I need to appear before you without eyebrows on? Unnecessary. That's unnecessary trauma being inflicted. The reason I wanted to not have makeup on right now is because some of these things I actually want to show you how I apply them, especially just my daily moisturizer. Now, a daily moisturizer for me is usually this Trader Joe's Enrich. It's only SPF 15. Usually I'm wearing a CC cream over this with a higher SPF, so don't freak out. I might also wear a sunscreen like this one from e.l.f. that I just picked up. I like it. My makeup seems to go on well over it and wear well. I might also wear this Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense, and it has a little bit of a tint. In that case, I might not wear CC cream because this has an SPF of 30. And so does this e.l.f. SPF 30. So let's start at the beginning as if it's the beginning of the day. I wake up and I do wash my face with a cleanser. Some people just use water and they say, that's all you need. But I use castor oil at night, and that's something we'll be getting to later. And in the morning, I really like to clean my pores well. So generally in the morning, I like to use this oil-free acne wash by Neutrogena. I do not have acne, but I find that this keeps my pores very clear, and I like it. And if I feel like this is too much and I do not need this kind of cleansing, I will use this CeraVe Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. Hello, there it is. And that's a little creamier, and I hear that protects your skin barrier a little bit more, keeps it more intact. And then after I cleanse my face, it becomes quite a circus of products. I like this circus though. It's a very fun circus. I use so many products. I love them. So it could be any one of these things that are next. I will just go over them individually. Sometimes I use a few drops of this argireline solution from The Ordinary. And this is to relax my crazy eyebrow. I have one crazy eyebrow. It's this one. This one is always excited, and this one hardly ever is. So sometimes I'll put a few drops of this argireline solution around this eyebrow to try to get it to settle down. Now, I don't really know how much that works, but I have hopes and dreams, and this helps me feel good about my hopes and dreams. Plus, it's very inexpensive. It's worth a try. If you don't want to get Botox like me and you want to relax a little bit, you could try this argireline solution. Now, I have heard that they did studies on it. It relaxed foreheads like 13%. I don't know what that means. What is a 13% relaxed forehead? Just let me have my hopes and dreams. Anyhow, I do this most mornings around that eyebrow. Then before I put anything else on my skin, and usually my skin is still damp from the shower, I never let my skin dry out. Never. My skin is still damp from the shower, and if it's starting to dry out a little bit, I will spray my face with a toner, and sometimes it actually is this Trader Joe's Rose Water Facial Toner, but sometimes in this bottle, I have refilled it with one of my favorite things, which is this toner here. AHA, BHA, PHA, 30 Days Miracle Toner. So it's Korean skincare. I read about it on the internet one day and I thought, I'll try that. And I really like this because it makes my skin nice and tight and shiny, either before I put on my makeup or after I put on my makeup, or both. This also works. Okay, can you believe we just started this video? There's so much to do here. Then, if I'm feeling like a little dry or if my skin's a little rough, I might use a serum. This one, again, is from Trader Joe's. I am not sponsored by Trader Joe's. I just happen to go there a lot and it's easy. Hyaluronic Moisture Boost Serum. And I do like this most days before I put on my moisturizer. And today I do have this on. Next is another moisturizer before my moisturizer. Yeah, I know. Why? Okay, this is another Trader Joe's product, but this is similar to a Neutrogena gel moisturizer. It's also similar to a Clinique gel moisturizer, and I'll put both of those right here because I can't quite remember their names right now. This is called Ultra Hydrating Gel Moisturizer with aloe and green tea extract. And it's got this jelly consistency that is really, really nice. And I do have this on. And now that I have this on my finger, I guess I'll put a little bit more on. So I put a layer of this on and I let it dry. And usually by that time my skin's feeling pretty good. But now it's time for my moisturizer. So I've already put on like 3 moisturizers, but now I put on my moisturizer. And you know, maybe that's the secret to why my skin is still so bouncy and shiny. I don't know, guys. I mean, I wish I had the secret for you, okay? I'm 47 and my skin's still pretty good, but I do sense that it's aging fast now. So I really do try to always keep moisture on my skin. Lots and lots of it. And you're gonna be surprised how much of this moisturizer I put on. Let me show you. The amount of moisturizer I use is actually kind of hazardous to hair. That is nothing. Well, that's something. I am not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. Let's let that soak in. Kabuki. You can see that, well, maybe you can't see. It's already soaking in a bit. And what I do is I let it soak in, I tap it in, I rub it in places where it was a little too thick. I make sure this area is very well moisturized because I feel like it gets very stressed out and maybe dry. Okay, now maybe you can see that it's starting to go into my skin. It's okay if it looks white for a little while longer, it's going to soak in. I shouldn't have worn a necklace for this explanation. So let me show you a little something that I do while I'm applying my moisturizers, because moisturizers also go all the way down to here for me in this big triangle and around on my neck. Not only that, I do a little lymphatic massage, that's the word. And I do that right here. I will kind of come up into my chin and slowly push backwards and down my neck. Sometimes I'll even come up here by my throat and I'm pushing up and in. And honestly, I think this is helping my turkey neck stay more taut because I was having a little bit of a turkey neck problem a couple years ago. And when I started doing this, it just feels more toned. It could be a placebo effect. It could be true. Who knows these things? Not me. I'm not a researcher. I'm just a person who puts on a lot of moisturizer. I can actually kind of hear the tendons and things moving around in here. Maybe I'm being too rough. That wouldn't be the first time that I was too rough on things in my life. Okay, now all my moisturizer is soaked in and it's very juicy, very moist. We have been through several layers of moisture. I wiped off a little bit of my eyebrow there. Oh well. Now, at this point, I would usually put on my CC cream. If I'm putting on a drier CC cream, like the e.l.f. CC cream is a little drier than my IT Cosmetics CC cream, if I'm putting on the drier one that doesn't spread as well, or it's too matte, too opaque, too pigmented, I will spray my face a little bit here. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spray my face anyhow. And my neck. Now what? Let's talk about post-shower things that I use on my skin. And not just my face, but my body. After I shower and I'm still wet, I put body oil on. I think body oil is probably the best moisture you can get for your arms and legs and body. And if you want your skin to have a subtle glow, you have to do body oil. Again, this is Trader Joe's. This is lemongrass coconut body oil, and you can use argan oil. You can use just about any oil that you like. It does not have to be this one. And it gives you a nice glow to your arms. I think that's often what people are missing when they wear sleeveless shirts in the summertime, is they forget to moisturize their arms, and that's what makes you look pasty. Not a nice word. Now, later on, before bed, I don't do body oil because I don't want it all over my sheets. I will usually do something like a body butter cream. I really feel like I'm selling Trader Joe's line of products here, but I'm using their Brazil nut butter one that they put out in the summer, and it smells so good, and I love to put this on my arms and legs before bed. Special products. Let's go over special products like masks. Every few days, I like to do kind of an acid mask on my face or a treatment, because I have kind of large pores on my forehead and my cheeks right here and on my nose. You want to see? Can you see? I don't know. Let's not stay this close. I don't like it. So I like to do an acid mask to keep my pores clear and to keep anything scaly from building up. What's happening here? And I like to kind of keep my skin fresh looking. Now, I really do think that these acid masks are the missing ingredient for a lot of older women. I think that, you know how our skin tends to start looking kind of like a mask? It gets a little like crackly by the end of the day. Makeup settles into creases. And I really do think these acid masks are what keep my skin its most clear and shiny and youthful. So lately I've been using this lactic acid from The Ordinary at night if I feel like I need some softening action. And then there is this scary looking stuff from The Ordinary. It's only scary looking. AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution. This stuff is frightening when you put it on. I'm not going to put it on here. I'll put some pictures right here. So let me scoot over. This stuff is red. It looks like blood. That's why it's frightening, because when you put it on your face, you look like you've had an accident. Ooh, and it actually has the consistency of blood too. This stuff actually is great, and it does not stain your face red, but it really does take off that dead layer of skin on top. I totally recommend, and these things are not expensive. I don't buy a lot of really expensive skincare right now. If I could, I would buy everything from Clarins for the rest of my life. Sometimes, if I feel like my pores are getting kind of cloggy, I'll put on some sort of like pore tightening clay mask. Or if I feel like there are things in there that need to come out, but I don't want to squeeze, this will help move them along toward the surface, and eventually they will come out. I do like a clay mask once a month, maybe, not very often. Sometimes if I need help taking off some makeup, micellar water, I just happen to have this one from Garnier, and it works. But plenty of people make micellar water. Okay, so after your moisturizer soaks in and you're ready for makeup, I do recommend a primer. And you know what? I really do like this primer from e.l.f. This poreless primer. There's so many primers you can get, but I like this one, especially because I have pore issues, according to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and tap some of this on. I like the way that it looks even by itself with no makeup over it. Primer has a sort of blurring effect that I like. I really don't know if that makes a difference on camera, but already I feel like that makes my skin look so much more even and not shiny with moisturizer. Sorry guys, I want this eyebrow back on. That eyebrow doesn't exist without help. Let's talk about nighttime routine stuff. Okay, so sometimes I'll do this mask, but it doesn't have to be in the morning or at night. It's just when I have time for it. But at night, here are the multitude of things that I could do on any given night. I kind of like this Elizabeth Arden Millennium Cream. I actually like the day cream more than the night cream, but I couldn't find the day cream last time I went. And it's nice and thick, moisturizes my skin enough, but not as well as castor oil. I have an entire video about castor oil. If you're interested in hearing what I know about castor oil, which isn't much, but it's enough to get you started, you can watch this video here. I decanted my castor oil into this little glass bottle, but then someone called attention to the fact that the inside of this bottle has a plastic pump, and that's not a good idea. So I think I'm going to actually decant this to a different glass bottle that I can just pour it out of. The reason I didn't just pour it out of the giant bottle of castor oil is because I keep it in the fridge, and I will never remember to put it on if it's in the fridge. So I put little bits of it in a separate glass bottle. Okay, and I labeled it castor oil so I know what I'm looking at. Sometimes before the castor oil, I might use a retinol. I've been using this Roque retinol for years, and I like it, but it is a little rough. It's a little hardcore. So if you overdo it on retinol, which is a very easy thing to do, I think almost everybody has overdone it on retinol at some point. And suppose you got peeling skin, okay? Sometimes I'll get peeling skin around here if I'm too much with the retinol, or I'll get it here. So if you're going to get rough peeling skin, you can get, oh my gosh, it's another Trader Joe's product. I might as well work there. There's like a rosebud balm that you can also get. That's a different brand, but here's a Trader Joe's head to toe balm. And it is a really thick, hard substance that this actually is really great to have in your purse. Let me tell you why. So it takes a little warming up sometimes. You get your finger in there. It's great for your cuticles. It's great for the crusty retinol mistakes that you made. It's great for your lips. Great for flyaway hairs. It is just a great thing to have in your purse. This is like an all-in-one Swiss Army knife of moisture. Right now, I don't have any crusty bits on my face. But if I did, I'd go right for the balm. If I'm not using retinol, most nights I will put, after I wash my face, I will put this Grand Active Retinoid 5% in squalane, and this stuff feels wonderful. This is a retinoid. There's a difference between retinoids and retinols. If you want to watch that video, that's right here. And this is also from The Ordinary, inexpensive and effective. Retinoids actually do a lot for your skin. And I'd rather you watch this video rather than me repeating it, because I really went into a little more depth in that video. So I usually use this at night. Then I put on my castor oil, and castor oil, since I have an entire other video on that right here, I just want to tell you that castor oil is very thick. And a lot of people find it to be too thick, too oily. Let me put it on my hand. Let's see if you can see just how thick it is. Very thick and shiny. I don't think you're going to be able to see this. And I find that after an hour or two, it really soaks in. And there's no better moisturizer for me. Now, it doesn't work for everybody. And for some people, they even find that it clogs their skin pores. So you really have to test it a little bit on yourself and then make that decision for yourself. But for me, nothing has ever come close to the moisturizing capabilities of castor oil. And I do put this on my face at night, full strength. Some people mix it with argan oil, which is much lighter, and coconut oil, or whatever oil you like. I think someone even mentioned rosehip oil. That is up to you, what you would like to try and take a risk with, because it's always a risk. When we're talking about skincare, everybody's so different. There's no way I can tell you to buy all these products and it'll be good for you, because everybody's so different. So you really have to do your own choices, your own risk-taking. I am not a dermatologist. I'm only showing you what I use. So that's it. I usually end the night with castor oil, and I really rub it into my eyebrows and up here at the top of my hairline, because it's supposed to help hair growth. I actually think that part of this eyebrow actually grew back, maybe because I've been using castor oil, maybe because I just wished very hard and it happened. I don't know. I can't tell you. It wasn't some sort of study done by scientists. All I can tell you is that I have a bit more eyebrow on this side now. And I would like to just add one more thing. So after you put on your makeup, if you have older skin, It really helps if you can get something like this Clarins Instant Light Complexion Perfector. I really don't want to put this tube up to the camera because it's covered in makeup, but I will show you what it looks like. Okay, I put a little bit of on my hand. Here it is. Okay, so, okay, I don't have any makeup on, but maybe I'll just show you on my own skin up here. What you want to do is take some and pat it along your cheekbones. And maybe like, I don't know, tip of your nose. I put a little bit here. You could also put a little bit here on your brow bone, and it's so subtle, but it adds a little bit of shine back in. And that's really what makes your skin a little more youthful, is having a little bit of shine. And I'll do a little on my eyelid. Okay, I'm sure that you couldn't see that at all. But what I might also do with this leftover here is I might just put it on my collarbone for a little bit of shimmer. And honestly, right now, I feel like I could go out just like this with eyebrows and a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of Burt's Bees tinted lip balm because it's great. Let me just say that you can wear less makeup if you're wearing jewelry. Jewelry really helps polish you and finish you. And even when you're wearing little to no makeup, jewelry really helps set the whole look and makes you look like you are on purpose. So even though this is a skincare video, I would say jewelry is super important to really show off the skincare that you've been doing. Soon we'll be doing a makeup video, all the makeup that I use and how I apply it. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you soon.